Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today for our Emotional Intelligence webinar. It is my pleasure to introduce our esteemed speaker, Robyn Eva. Robyn is a founder of Eva Training, an organization dedicated to enhancing emotional intelligence among businesses, parents, and educators. She brings over 30 years of experience from a wide array of sectors, including education, government, health, finance, and community services. Robyn has also spent 7 years working in China, gaining invaluable insights and expanding her expertise. For the past decade, Robyn has been immersed in emotional intelligence training through 6 Seconds, a globally recognized organization striving to empower 1 billion people to practice emotional intelligence. Her extensive training with 6 Seconds has equipped her with the tools and knowledge to provide, of course, impactful coaching, mentoring, and training sessions both in person and online. For Eva Training, Robyn is committed to helping teams and managers discover their strengths, improve collaboration, and appreciate the diversity within their teams. Her goal is to empower individuals to become the best version of themselves, leading to more harmonious and productive environments. We are fortunate to have Robyn with us today to share her wealth of knowledge and experience. So everybody, please join me in welcoming Robyn Eva.
Thank you so much, Alexa. It's a pleasure to work with you. So, welcome everybody. I don't need to do an introduction to myself because Alexa's already done that. So today, what we're going to be doing is discussing a little bit about emotional intelligence, but basically I want to stick to our topic, which is how do we handle pressure. But what I thought I'd do is very firstly tell you what is emotional intelligence. And so emotional intelligence, it's EQ, and it's basically combining what we're thinking with how we're feeling to make good decisions. Simple as that. But it does give us the ability to understand, use, and manage our emotions in positive ways. And that helps us to relieve stress, to work effectively, to have good relationships, to manage through challenges. Okay, and that's a bit of what we're going to be talking about today. Diffuse conflict and make good decisions so that you can achieve the goals in your life. So what we've done is put a Mentimeter there just to see what emotion words do you know? How many emotions can you name? So what happens with Mentimeter is that if it's a big word here like happy, that means more than one person has said that.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Great. So we can see we've got anger, sad, sadness, happy, happiness, lonely, amaze, anxiety, anticipation, pain. Beautiful. Okay, so we can see our 3 largest words here: happy, sad, and angry. That's our main ones that we're sharing, isn't it?
Yes.
So cool.
So we're going to talk about recognizing our emotions like frustration, like feeling a bit hopeless, being a bit discouraged, being certainly overwhelmed, and maybe even burnt out. And we're going to talk about today that emotion is data and it's telling you something, okay? So, for example, I was getting quite overwhelmed there, but I knew that feeling. What it was saying to me is, Robyn, you need to concentrate on what is the one thing that you've got to do. What is the most important thing you've got to do now? That's what that emotion was telling me. We're going to be talking about strategies to move from being pessimistic to optimistic, and we'll certainly have some time for some questions and answers if you'd like them. We've mentioned briefly about emotional intelligence, and I wanted to mention the basis of that is emotional literacy. All that means is virtually having a dictionary of words, all right? So a dictionary of words that talk about your feelings, okay? Because it has been proved and tested with, with little electrons on people's brains and things. The more they can say, I'm feeling sad or I'm feeling angry, it reduces the intensity of it. So we're going to be discussing Name It to Tame It. So Brené Brown is a famous researcher and author, has written many books on vulnerability, courage, and which covers emotional intelligence. Now, she did a survey like we just did before and said to 7,000 people over 5 years, how many words do you know that name your feelings? Now, in the English language, there are 3,000 words. Now, I'm guessing we maybe had about 10, in our section there, 3,000 words. But you know what? The average amount of emotions that people can name is actually just 3. And guess what? It was happy, it was sad, and angry. But happy doesn't express when I go to look after, I have an 18-month-old grandson, and I get so excited when I'm there. I'm just full of joy because he just makes me laugh. If I say to you, oh yeah, I'm really happy because I'm going to visit my grandson, that doesn't express my excitement, does it? And sad, that's not just sad, that's grief. And then that third one, then angry. We all get angry from time to time, but when I lived in China for 7 years, sometimes I would get so frustrated because I couldn't speak the language and I couldn't articulate what I wanted. And so I would get very frustrated with me. Now, it might have looked like I was angry, but I wasn't angry. I was just frustrated that I couldn't speak the language. And the more we can identify the words that exactly explain how we feel, it reduces the intensity. Name it to tame it. The more you can start to identify and name how you're feeling, the less it will actually take over.